Hi.
Welcome to the VIP Ignite Live podcast, brought to you by Alycia Kaback, author of Finding Fame, with our VIP industry experts, Carolyn Dixon and Kennedy Seibert. The VIP Ignite Live podcast, where we open the universe to models, actors, and musicians. It's not what you know, but who you know.
Hi, guys. This is Carolyn Dixon, Vice President of Event Services here at VIP Ignite, and I have a very special co-host today. Unfortunately, Kennedy is feeling a little bit under the weather, so she's not going to be in, but I do have our CEO and founder, Alycia Kaback, here with me today. Hi, Alycia.
Hello.
Oh my God. So how are you doing today?
I'm okay. I've been working on the big event coming up next weekend, so we're busy doing that and busy planning June and busy planning VIP Ignite Hollywood. So
yeah, October. God, we got
a lot going on.
Back to back to back to back.
Back to back.
So
never
much.
Dull. Ever.
Oh, yeah.
Ever. All right. So what's today's topic?
Well, okay, so I don't know if you listened in yesterday, but we were talking all about how models are getting scammed, on Craigslist and everything like that. Like we pretty much tried to go over like how to identify scams, how all that stuff works. Today we're going to kind of talk about how models, they're scamming themselves by making these mistakes, the biggest mistakes that models make today. And I know you have a lot of experience with that.
I have one word: entitlement.
Oh my God, yeah, that bad attitude. That's number one.
You've
honestly.
done nothing. You don't qualify for an agency. Financially, you couldn't even get to castings, but you feel entitled for me to give you everything.
Oh, yeah.
I've got two words. Hell no.
And it's crazy, like, these people think that, like, they're pretty face, or if they're guys, if they're, like,
that
all
might get you
jacked.
free drinks. That doesn't mean that a legitimate company is not legitimate because they don't want to pay for you. Like, you have to qualify.
I know. It's crazy. It's like a superiority complex for them. It's people.
I can't even say millennials because it's everybody.
No, it's not millennials.
It's just everybody.
It seriously is. It's everyone. It's people, like, young, old, whatever. It's just, like, if they have that look that they think means something.
It's called delusional. Just because your friends think you can model, your parents, your priest, does not mean that we have to think you can model.
Especially if they're in the middle of nowhere and they've done nothing. Like,
I live in Wichita. I don't work. I have never done this before, but I want everything paid for. How?
Oh, like that guy from India? The one who wanted you to
Ricky
fly
Gupta?
him? No, not him. A different. Ricky Gupta's not from India.
Oh, Mohit?
Yeah, Mohit.
Mohit. If I know your name, that's a problem.
Yeah.
It's either good or it's bad. But Mohit, yeah, he lives in India. He couldn't even afford to get to the States. And he pretty much said we were not legitimate because I would not cover his fees to come here to even audition.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever going to pay you to audition. Like, that's not, unless you're like.
Yeah, and he was good looking. Whatever.
He's not that good looking.
Yes, I know. But like, in general, it wouldn't matter if he was the most attractive person in the world because he's never done anything. He had zero experience.
Yeah.
And he expected you to
He couldn't even get here. He didn't even have a passport or a green card or anything. So let me get this straight.
What?
So you want me to cover all of your fees in addition to flying you here to the U.S.
Getting my green card.
Do you realize Trump is our president? It's not going to be that easy. And then have him come here. Legally, he can't even do any acting opportunities because he doesn't have a Social Security number. You don't even know if he's going to be able to get here. And then I'm going to cover all of these fees in addition to any marketing, technology to submit him. And then hopefully he's going to pay me back.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a church. Like,
no, and you're not a charity either.
And even churches, you have to spend money.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Honestly, these people, these models, they don't think about.
It's also actors, musicians. It's everybody.
It's an air of entitlement. It's an air of, like.
Showbiz.
Yeah. They think that if they have talent, even if they do have talent, that, that entitles them to something. But it's
just even the word showbiz, they have to show that they're in the business.
Yeah.
Like
and
showbiz.
They have to have a certain air of, like, I don't know. Jesus, you have to be responsible. You have to show up on time. You have to put in your dues, and all that stuff is so important. You can't just, like, walk in acting like a diva. And then people, like, wonder why no one's calling them back. They wonder why.
Well, that's why nobody's
so
calling you back, because you're typically around people that can't help you either. So it's funny how, like, the disgruntled, I want to be, don't impersonate B. So typically the impersonators, the ones that haven't done crap with their lives, typically they're surrounded by other miserable pieces of crap. And that's why they're never going to succeed because, again, you need to surround yourself with legitimate people.
Yeah, that's another
And that's
thing.
why legit people, like, are turned off by you. There are no handouts.
Yeah, that's
you have to
another
work
thing.
hard.
That's another thing on our list, like surrounding yourself with the right people. Like you want to make sure you're taking advice from those people because I mean you say this all the time. Your network equals your net worth, and it's so
like
true.
Look at the people that like on your Facebook. Like if I even see any negative, like crazy, like discrimination, any type of religious backlash, anything, they're removed. You can't have those people in your life, and especially when you're trying to get into show business.
Yeah, you never know what they're going to tag you in.
Yeah, you have no idea. Like one of our models recently got tagged in a picture where her friends were smoking marijuana out of a bong. Did you see that?
No.
Well, that's because we got it removed. But now the problem is if we're submitting her to an opportunity like Disney, they're not going to go for that. Like,
of course.
No.
And they'll find that stuff. Things live
all
online
day.
forever.
All day.
And
all day.
Yeah, exactly. Like
once you willingly put
Disney,
it up, even if you delete it, it's there forever. Yeah. It's always searchable.
Disney, I feel like, would find anything. Like
yeah. Well, I had a really good friend from America's Next Top Model who won, and it was a whole backlash because they found something on her Facebook or her Instagram back in the day, and they rescinded her like contract with CoverGirl because of some crap on the internet. So, yeah, you got to be careful. I mean, your persona on the internet, I mean, obviously you could deal with rumors, but if you're willingly putting crap up there, and especially like, just stupid photos. I mean, like photos of you with gang signs or holding up firearms or
that's not
talking,
even on our list,
about discrimination or, even as a joke.
Yeah.
Jokes are not taken lightly.
That's a bonus. That's a bonus one. That's like a bonus thing that models are doing wrong is like not paying attention to how they're representing themselves
they're posting
online.
like these sexy photos that are just like disgusting.
Especially underage.
Oh God,
underage girls,
no.
Like, why are you taking a picture of yourself sitting on your bed? Like, what?
How many pictures do I get of 12-year-olds that ask me, "Can you come pick me up?" Their parents have no idea they're going on the internet, and then they're taking pictures like in their underwear on their bed.
And
it's like
sending a photo,
and then the mother's
my God.
skeptical about doing anything in the business. I'm like, you're lucky your kid's even talking to us and that you're on so I can even explain to you how the business works.
Exactly. They're lucky that their kid is alive and the other kid hasn't gone and gotten
it's an Amber Alert waiting
will.
to happen. They could just write the obituary now. I mean, it's sad, but that's the world we live in, unfortunately. So the entitlement factor, these kids are going where the grass is greener and they think, oh, if somebody really wants me, I shouldn't pay for anything. And you're going to pay for everything. And it's sad to say, even if you don't pay monetarily, you're going to pay with some other form of compensation.
Oh, my God.
Wink, wink.
Jeez. Okay, so that bad attitude, that's number one.
Bad attitude.
Like,
I hate it.
Surrounding yourself with the wrong people, that's number two.
Yeah.
And the bonus one we've thrown in here is how you represent yourself online.
Yeah.
But another one is misrepresentation. That's like so important in this industry, being that person who you are on paper. If you show up and your headshot is 10 years older than the one that you are, you don't look the same.
They're going to send you right back, and whoever submitted you is going to look like a complete moron.
Mm-hmm.
And we could do that on our own. Like, you have to update your photos. And especially for, like, the girls that constantly get their hair done and extensions and weaves and braids and, your hair is dark brown one day with, like, ombre highlights, and the next day you look like, what's her name, from Fantastic Four? Storm? Is that?
Oh, that's not Fantastic.
Whatever.
Storm.
Whoever. I don't follow any of that. But, like, you can't have, like, a pixie cut like Jennifer Hudson, like, the next day.
That's true, yeah.
Like, you can't.
Storm does have a pixie cut. Halle Berry in X-Men.
But what's her name? X-Men.
Yeah,
That's
X-Men.
I don't follow all that stuff.
But Storm is her name, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Allie tries.
I try.
I'm the geek here. Come on, don't take my
Storm.
stick.
Whatever.
So I mean, like that's misrepresentation. Putting yourself out there as something that you're not. Even if as a woman or a man or anybody, I mean, you talked about with women like changing their hair, but with guys, if you like put on weight, or if you, let's make it a positive spin. Say if you were, working out a lot more. Say you started, hitting the gym and you bulk up.
We've submitted girls from this company that are 7 months pregnant and forgot to tell us.
That's true.
Yeah, surprise.
Surprise. Oh, you want me to do a cheerleading casting?
Yeah.
I'm not sure I can do that, but
you have to have communication. Like, that is like the biggest problem.
You.
Yeah. You've got to have an open. How many times do we call people and they don't even return our calls?
Yeah,
or you
that's
text
another...
or you email.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody checks. Like, voicemails are a thing of the past. Everybody wants to be text.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everybody. Or you have to find them on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. Like, you literally have to, like, for this day and age, technology is so relevant, and yet people don't use it the right way.
Yeah, I mean, it's
always like me, self-promotion, me.
No, it's just plain stupid.
It's so stupid.
It's idiotic to think
That's why we
that...
shouldn't surround ourselves with stupid people.
That's true. But it's dumb to think that like, how are you going to get these jobs if you're not responding? Like, we put you out there. This is, the chance you've been hoping for. You finally get that notice for a huge job and you don't check your email for 3 days. Well, that job's gone. Especially, I mean, think about it this way. Like, if we send over a breakdown they send us a breakdown. We send over a package and they select 5 girls and there's 3 slots. So like, let us know if any of those 5 girls are available. Well, it's going to be the first 3 that get back to us that actually end up getting picked. That's it.
We have people literally that respond to castings like 2 months later going, well, I don't ever check this email. Well, when you wanted us to submit you out for castings, like I'm not giving out my Hotmail email from college. Like, I'm giving you my most relevant, so that way I can make sure that, and if you guys are sent, oh my God, we just had, I even hate to say it, we had a girl who, like, super pretty girl. She's got 2 kids, very, very pretty, but her email address was like nigga for life. You don't ever have emails like that, ever. Like, it's first dot last name, at gmail.com. Like, or like sexy mama 69. What are you thinking? Like, as a casting director or even as an agent or a manager, it's disgusting. Like, keep it real. Or like one girl had celebrity, Mia Smith celebrity bookings at hotmail.com. Oh, hell no. You are not a celebrity. And it turns people off. Like, your email should just be as vanilla, or, it just has to be as, like, basic as possible. And if you're not checking your email or even your voicemail, I love it when people go, yeah, you know who this is. No, I don't know who this is. I call so many people. Who is this? Mm-hmm. Like, it drives me crazy.
People who text you and, like, don't give their name. Like, if you give your phone number out, like I do when I have appointments with people, like, I give my phone number out, and then they'll text me who you are. They'll text me like I know who they are. Well, you never gave me your number. I didn't put it into my phone. You gotta tell me, hey, it's it's Kennedy Cyber. No, I'm just joking. I have Kennedy's number, but still. Like, geez. People.
And also, another thing, and I find this so true, but if you have somebody submitting you out for castings, like, it's either yes or no. Like, time really does kill all deals. If you can't give somebody, well, I need to think it over, I need to ask my husband, it's yes or no. And that's something I feel that, like, people say, oh, I've been searching my whole life for opportunities, and I'm tired of getting scammed. And then, like, you offer them an opportunity. Hey, we're doing Law & Order tomorrow. Can I mull it over? Do I have to give you an answer right now?
Or someone who's really
It's
interested.
like yes or no. Or can I leave early?
No.
How are we even having this conversation? How did that even happen?
Someone who really is focused on getting into modeling, turning down Fashion Week.
Yeah, it's not. What was it? It's not
like
feasible for us. It's not. I can't.
Yeah, it's like,
if you were trying to be a high fashion model and you have an opportunity to do New York Fashion Week and walk for a major designer, this isn't like back to school at JCPenney's at
Yeah, you don't understand.
Boxer Valley Mall. This is New York Fashion Week, make or break your career.
Mm-hmm. People kind of have this misconception.
I think it's just going to keep coming?
No, yeah. I mean, one, that they're going to keep getting the offers over and over and over again. Well, if you keep denying us, you're not. And number 2, like, with Fashion Week specifically, like, you think that you get paid so much to walk Fashion Week. You really don't. It's about the exposure. It's about the connections, and that's how you get the jobs that pay you a lot.
Yeah.
Fashion Week, unless you're walking for a major designer, does not pay that much. It's about the exposure.
It's like hosting Saturday Night Live. I mean, it's all about the novelty. It's a resume builder.
Oh, yeah.
Getting to say you walked New York Fashion Week. So let's say, for example, you have a casting. You're not getting paid for that. Maybe you might get paid for the fitting. But New York Fashion Week, they're not going to pay you very much, and they're not going to let you keep the clothes, even if you walk for Gucci. That's not how it works. I think people are just so disillusioned on how the industry works. It's hurry up, get there on time, and wait. Like, there is no what time are we going to be done, and like, you're not special. And I hate to sound like that, but unless you're like Kendall Jenner or Tyra and you have a real name, like, and it's funny because how many models have we submitted out? Like, I remember a couple of years ago, we had a big casting for Wolf of Wall Street. Do you know the story? And
I've
we
heard
submitted
this story.
so many pretty people. They wanted guys and girls, especially girls, to, you know, be in a scene in the Hamptons where the girls were laying out by the pool.
Yeah,
and
you
so
guys
many of our
remember that part
models,
in the movie.
Yeah, so many of our models said, well, I'm not really interested. I'm more interested in getting into modeling. Why would I want to do acting? It's not good for my career. Well, first of all, the movie stars Leonardo
DiCaprio. Oh.
F. blank DiCaprio, not going to curse, and Jonah Hill, Bradley Cooper, and Martin Scorsese directed it. And you would need to be in the Hamptons wearing a bathing suit, literally frolicking in the sun by a pool with Leonardo DiCaprio, and you're turning it down because why? Your mother and your friends and you think that you're entitled for something more than you, like, it is Wolf of Wall Street. Like, oh my gosh. And the movie ended up winning all kinds of awards. Literally, and people were turning it down going, well, I'm a model. I'm not an actress. Well, you're not getting paid because you have a great monologue. You're getting paid because you're a hot piece of blank.
Yeah, well, and that goes back to the entitlement, the bad
I
attitude.
hate entitlement.
People thinking that, like,
I hear it and my blood
because
boils.
they're pretty, they can get whatever they want, and
you may
they're
get
already
free drinks
gonna
at a
get
bar,
those jobs.
but like that's it. There's so many pretty people. Like, even if you were drop dead gorgeous, you ever been out on a first date? And I tell the story all the time. If you've ever been out on a first date, somebody could be so hot, like you meet them on the internet, or like I'm like, Carolyn, you got to meet my friend, and I show you pictures. You're like, oh my gosh, Allie, he's so cute. And then you meet them, and sometimes like the first impression totally turns you off, and then they keep talking. You're like, shut up. You were so much hotter before you opened your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And sometimes what people don't even understand is body language. Like, I don't even see body language anywhere on here. Your body language, oh my gosh, without you even saying a word. It's even like when we get these roadmaps, like when the kids, you know, go through the interview process with us, their roadmaps, and like, what do you want to do in the next 10 years? I want to be a role model. I want to be known. Well, known for what?
Yeah. Body language is also really important, and that's, I guess, another like little bonus tip. But I mean, the reason it's not on this list is
bad attitude.
This is about before you even get in the room with people. Like, once you get in the room, yeah, of course you have to walk in with that good, number one, good body language. You can't sit there like in the waiting room, crossing your arms, waiting, like you're tapping your fingers on the board. Like,
checking your watch 20 times.
Exactly.
Checking your phone.
When is this over? What time am I going to be seen? Okay, what?
What time would you like to be seen? Your interview's over. Get out.
Yeah, okay, we've seen you. Goodbye.
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 Go tell everybody on Facebook that you're a model.
The one thing we didn't talk about is like Photoshop dependence.
Oh my gosh, I can't.
People sending in like selfies, people sending in photos that are not professional. And
not to mention Snapchat. If I get one more puppy face Snapchat, or even like the Snapchat with like the little flower crown.
Yeah.
Those are like, what are you doing?
And they have the writing all over them.
Yeah,
are
like
you kidding
sexy
me?
girl.
Yeah.
I also like the ones of like people driving
Model
with a seatbelt on.
Oh God, yeah.
Just get out of the freaking car and take a picture. Don't you have any friends? Like you brag about all these friends and everybody that's like surrounding you. If your network doesn't include one friend with an actual camera, then you need to find a new group of friends.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I mean,
no,
it's
not.
Okay. It's a little mean, but it's fine. You're fine.
Did you tell me?
I think they appreciate
it. Is it just because I write your paycheck that you have to? That was nice.
Maybe a little. No, it's okay. I mean, it seems like
being good is not good enough. And so what these kids don't understand is you don't have to go out and spend $1,000 on headshots, but if you can't even like have a friend take some basic photos of you without doing the ducky faces and the Snapchat filters.
Oh my God, so many filters. Filters all day.
Not to mention like airbrushing and removing fat and like totally perfect 360 your face with like no like brighten your teeth and remove all the bags and you're 65 now looking 35 like I
mean, that's real Photoshop dependence. That's people who go out, they take their photos and
they tweak them way too much.
Oh yeah, and they think
it's misrepresentation.
That we're not going to know. Yeah, that's misrepresentation too. A lot of these things mix together.
They're all together.
They're all together. It's just don't do these things pretty much. But they don't think that it matters that they just decided to skip out on the diet plan that they were working on, their exercise plan, their skincare regimen. It doesn't matter. You can go out and get drunk the night before your photo shoot. It doesn't matter. Who cares? But it does matter because of the fact that like, you can't be lazy. You can't sit there. Like, you're going to lose whatever jobs you do get because people are going to show up. It all ties back to that bad attitude and being irresponsible and not professional and sitting there and not actually giving your 100%. People would kill for this opportunity, and you're wasting it. You're not grateful. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I think it's ridiculous. And it's not even just my opinion. Honestly, it's just from experience.
It's a professional's opinion.
Exactly.
Carolyn. This opinion is not just your own. You're around a professional atmosphere.
Yeah, I mean,
so,
I've been in this office for 2 years. I've seen people walk in. And
but it's not even too much about the office. I mean, you know the guest speakers, the people that love our company, love what we do, the Tony winners, the Emmy winners. We're surrounded by excellence. And what drives me crazy, like, and this is just me, but honestly, like, what we do messes me up. And I'll tell you why. Because when we were out in Hollywood and we were at this big women's lunch and you're sitting there with people that have done, oh my gosh, such tremendous things, like literally, you know, actors and people whose husbands started the Grammy Awards, and you're around all these amazing people. And then you come back to the office and you're interviewing people that want to be on that level, and they have no idea how much hard work even goes into meeting those types of people. And then they have no idea what's like, nobody's going to hand it to you. It's like if you're coming in with a bad attitude, you can't even afford to get to set, you're surrounding yourself with people that just keep telling you you're going to be famous, and, that whole sense of entitlement, like, it messes you up as an individual because we're on both sides. Yeah. It's like we've been to Oz and now we're back. And it's like you can't explain to people, like, how amazing it is to be part of a Broadway show, to be able to go out to Hollywood and have lunch with these most amazing people in the world that respect you.
Yeah, and, for you hanging out with Pacino backstage.
Yeah, hanging out with Pacino. And then next day you're hanging out with somebody who doesn't work, doesn't go to school, pretty much says you're a scam because you're not going to fly them in from India with no experience. Like, nobody's going to cover your fees. Like, you have to pay for everything.
Yeah.
And I find the attitudes.
I had people talk to me the other day, do you guys book flights? Like, I'm coming in from
we're going to book your flight.
Florida.
Yeah.
What?
We also pick you up from didn't somebody ask me for one of our castings if there was a bus I was going to pick her up from
this isn't
Vegas?
For a job. Guys, maybe if you were getting booked by a major
Just
client,
stand outside.
That's how that works.
We'll pick you up.
But
just wait. I'll pick you up myself.
But if you're working the level before that, you're trying to get to the point where you do get booked by a big client, then it's on you. It's your responsibility to get out there. It's your responsibility to get to us if we're going to be putting you in front of the right people. This isn't talking about us bringing somebody in for a job or something like that. If you were booking, a major commercial.
If you were Jennifer Lawrence,
yeah,
they would fly a plane out there to come get you. But, like, if you are no name in India or you live in Wichita or Missouri and you're like 5'6" with nothing real, like, what are you doing? You should be so honored to even have an opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, what you have to understand is, again, we deal with so many kids, and I know Jennifer Hudson, we brought her up earlier, but she's a great example. I mean,
no, we didn't. I was going to.
Well, we brought up her hair.
Oh, okay.
Like how quickly people change their hair.
Oh, okay.
But, like, nobody cares how good you are. Like, you're one of a billion trying to get into this industry.
And this is about surrounding yourself with the right people. This is why people come out to the networking events. This is why people, audition and go through the crazy process that we put them through to even get in front of us, to even get in front of the right people. The reason they do this is because of the fact that they don't want to end up like Jennifer Hudson. That girl, I mean, okay, ready? Just so you know, like, I love her songs. Dreamgirls was probably, like, one of my favorite musicals, filmed musicals. She's amazing. Like, don't you think she was born with that voice? Of course she was. We tell this story before. Like, she was born with that voice. She used to sing in church. People knew, like, that she was amazing. Everyone who heard her.
Girl, one day you're going to be a star.
Exactly.
Said by everybody in her church, her family, her pastor, her boyfriend, her dog.
Exactly. So then why wasn't she a star, like, singing on Disney Channel at, like, 10 years old? Like, why?
She could have.
Why? She could have. But the point is that nobody knew nobody knew how to help her. Nobody knew what to do. She was stuck. The people she was surrounding herself with, they didn't know anyone from the industry. She didn't know anyone from the industry. Her family didn't know.
She was a diamond in the rough waiting to get discovered.
Exactly.
So if you're not seen or heard, like,
it didn't matter that she had this amazing talent because nobody knew who she was. If she's just singing in her church, if she's just singing in her house, in her room, no one's going to hear that.
You're preaching to the choir.
Yeah,
literally.
And people think that, like, YouTube solves that problem. It really
You're
doesn't.
one of a billion on YouTube.
Yeah.
It might have worked for, like, Bieber, but that was, like, years ago.
Yeah.
And if you've ever done real research on Justin Bieber, it wasn't just YouTube. I mean,
exactly.
He was going out there and hustling.
Yeah, and his parents were putting him through classes. They were pushing him and pushing him.
Look at Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
That girl is so talented, and you look at all of the money her parents spent. You can't
They
just take
moved
piano lessons.
her whole family to
I know.
Nashville for her. Like, she was from Pennsylvania. She was from around here. She was from PA.
Yeah.
And her whole family uprooted. Just because she had a star. Like, she wasn't their only child. Like, they uprooted their family to move to Nashville because they believed in her and thought that
But
she
yet
had
we
it.
have 12-year-olds who come in our webinars over and over and over again, and the parents don't have time to even watch the replay before the interview.
And they're like, oh, okay.
And that's why the kids are going to fail.
So
family support.
So you watch the interview with your kid? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, cool. So
do you know what we do? And the little girl's like answering.
Yeah, exactly. And then we're like, well, wait, I thought you watched the interview. Well, I was in the room. Well, I listened to.
But yet they want you to cover everything, send them out on a casting, and then that parent does not show up.
Oh yeah,
it's not important. It happens all the time. That's why we have to surround ourselves with good people, and
and that's why we don't accept everyone.
Process of elimination.
Yeah.
We are what we surround ourselves with. So, like, we're not Barbizon. We're not selling classes.
Yeah, these events.
You know, like, we're held accountable, which is why we're going to pre-screen the crap out of you if you're listening. You better be real. We are. Are you?
Exactly. Yeah. Are you a real person? Are you really, or are you exhibiting these bad behaviors? Because we're going to catch
bad attitude.
Bad attitude.
Are you submitting pictures that don't look like you? Are you not going to answer your phone? Do you not have the resources to get to and from set or even get to the United States?
Yeah.
You know, is your Photoshop sexy mama? You know, like
is your Photoshop, is that you, or are you Photoshopping the heck out of yourself? Because we can tell, we can see when you put like those filters on that make your eyes really bright. Like, that doesn't fool anyone. That fools nobody. And your network is really going to be.
You're a product of your environment.
Yeah.
Like, Carolyn, I've met your mom, your dad, your brother.
That's it. I have 3 other.
I've met your boyfriend. I've met some of your friends, but they're all nice. Like, and through you, I know that you're going to pre-screen the crap out of them and filter people out of your life that wouldn't adhere to like your beliefs and, you know, because you're very good-natured.
Oh, thanks.
Okay.
Don't lie to them, though.
But, like, and even, like, when you meet people like Pat Addis, you know, I joke around, like, anybody Pat Addis, who's a huge Broadway producer, multiple Tonys,
amazing.
You know, Broadway League of America. I mean, she's literally Professional League of Theater Women. She's top of the top. It's funny because my friend Tiffany Zeno from NBC, she's part of, like, the news team. You know, we joke around, anybody Pat Addis brings into our circle, you just know no matter how you slice it or dice it, you're going to be friends. And I've made so many amazing friends from Pat Addis. You know, my friend Janine Wilson, who is a huge, you know, she's a publicist, she does PR. She's one that helped us open up NASDAQ. You know, I've met Mary Cosette, whose husband founded the Grammys. Anybody who I've met through Pat Addis, because she keeps that inner circle, that yaya lunch, so tight. It's like, you know that these people are pure. And, you know that they're distinguished and they're, you know, role models. Yeah. And, you know, I wouldn't have brought you to that lunch unless I knew you could handle that type of environment, because not everybody can. And what was funny is when we went there, they purposely separated us. I was at the end of one side and you were at the other side.
You don't understand. I was so
And I was
scared.
like, oh, God, Carolyn's going to be by herself having lunch with these amazing people. But you flew. I mean, like, you exchanged phone numbers. You've been keeping in contact with everybody. You've done better than I have from that lunch. But what's crazy is you can't just take somebody out of this environment and let them fly. Like, they have to be able to fly on their own. And if you look at these people in their environments, if they're around negativity, if they're around people that are just like themselves, it's sad, but you can't save everybody.
No, you can't. And that's the
I've
thing.
tried, and it breaks my heart every time.
It really does.
So.
But it's funny you brought up that luncheon. Like, I loved that. That was such a huge, scary opportunity.
It was kind of scary.
Yeah, Pat Addis.
She doesn't play.
Yeah,
she is tough.
This was at the Sunset Marquee in Los Angeles.
It was so Hollywood.
It was so beautiful with like the
outside gardens.
Everything.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Oh my god.
And those women were all distinguished, and they were beyond amazing. So you did good. Proud of you, kid.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was kind of crazy and a good time. All right, guys, I mean, that's pretty much all the time we have today. Tomorrow, tune in again. We're going to be talking about the 5 questions all agents ask. And, yeah, I mean, that's
5.
Oh, gee. Well, we're going to talk about 5. I'm sure it'll be like today where we end up going into, like, bonus crazy stuff. But, the top 5 most common questions.
I can't wait. Hopefully Kennedy's out of the hospital. I think she was in the hospital.
Yeah.
So, Kennedy, we hope you're feeling better.
Yeah, exactly. We love you. Hope you're doing good. All right. Have a really great day, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
You are listening to the VIP Ignite Live podcast with our VIP industry experts, Carolyn Dixon and Kennedy Seibert. The VIP Ignite Live podcast was brought to you by Alycia Kaback, author of Finding Fame. To learn more about becoming an actor, model, or musician with VIP Ignite Live, please visit VIPIgniteLive.com. VIP Ignite Live. It's not what you know, but who you know.
Okay, so it didn't get the it's not what you know, but who you know, but it should.